I know. I can hear you now.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello, Gun Nation.
That's
Hello,
perfect.
everybody.
So we've got Craig Fatla and Logan White are on right now. Gentlemen, how are you? Abaddon, what's up, brother?
Craig is my other Texas brother.
Sean, good to see you, Sean.
Mr. Sean. Rich.
Rich, what's going on, Rich? Paul's on.
Yeah.
We're lining up. Captain Shark.
Logan White.
I already got a question. Canadian versus American gun laws, in your opinion?
Ours are better.
I don't live in Canada. I don't know what their laws are.
They have 10-round mags, just like what you do. Basically like what you do.
Pops.
Mr. Pops.
Yeah, I don't know the Canadian gun laws either. I mean, is Canada more restricted in terms of how many guns you can own or what your variety is? I really have no idea.
That I don't know. I do know about the magazine capacity though.
Big Daddy.
Big Daddy G.
What's up, Big Daddy? Got a private message for him today. He is one of only 2 other people who actually listen to my podcast. Thanks.
Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
He said it put him to sleep while he was driving.
Just saying, let's hope no naive 320 owners show up. We're all 320 owners.
and extremely naive. We are very naive. Philip, what's going on, brother?
Hey, do you guys mind if I just quickly address something that happened with my last video on that 320, which I think Big Jonson definitely helped out a lot. Wicked also went absolutely ballistic on the guy, so I appreciate that. But, you know, as you guys are aware, I made that 320 video with the PPQ. You know, obviously, when I make videos, I don't exactly time them for events, so I just release them. And immediately within 30 seconds, I had somebody call me a moron. So I just want to let you know that I'm not a moron, okay, first of all. And secondly, the one thing that is starting to aggravate me a little bit about this whole thing is, you know, people get so bent out of shape about a gun that they might love or you don't like it as much. I mean, people just get a grip, man. Like, seriously, just get a damn grip. That's all I'm going to say. If I'm doing a review on a gun, it's not necessarily going to coincide with the world events that are out there right now. I don't think anybody could have picked out what was going to happen with the Sig 320s. I think that there's still a lot to be said. I don't think Sig is fully disclosing what exactly the issue is. Now, I know they've made the statement about the inertia and the trigger and all these other things. But, you know, as other people have mentioned in their videos, something in my opinion, has to be wrong with that internal block. I mean, how is the gun going off? Because the trigger's, you know, yeah, I understand the trigger's moving backwards, but to the point where it's actually, you know, releasing everything, I don't know, man. I just wanted to address that I'm not a moron, but I do appreciate everybody who's watched the video. Wasn't meant to try to claim that Sig was great. It's just simply the fact that I made the video before all that other stuff came out.
Well, I've had several people going on my old videos, and they're like, "Oh my God, what are you going to do when you have to send it in to have it repaired?" I was like, I have plenty of guns. I think I'm good. Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm going to send it in, let them do whatever they need to do to it. And, you know, but I have already decided I am going to switch back to the factory trigger. I'll just pull my Apex out. And also I'm only sending it in with the olive drab frame. I'm not sending my custom frame in just in case they scratch it or whatever they do to it. You know, I'm just going to leave it completely stock. Yeah, I have blue hair. No, that's gray, brother. It just turns blue.
Yeah, I gotta actually take my trigger off, also from the Apex trigger that I put on there. So
yeah,
we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Mr. Wicked's in the house.
What's up, Wicked?
So let's kind of dive into this a little bit more. And I had a message from Keenan, who I don't think is going to be able to make it tonight. We'll miss him. Wanted to know a little bit more about what's going on with Sig and their response and their potential response coming out, I guess Monday it is, and also what how this may impact the military choice and how Glock and some other manufacturers may be reacting to this as well, because I'm sure the rest of the gun community is at least watching very closely with what SIG is going to do to respond to this.
Well, I mean, they are, but you know, and I even said this before, what I really hope that someone does is just take multiple guns, whether it be an M&P, Glock, CZ, whatever it is, and just start dropping. Now, of course, CZ, you know, it'd be a striker fire unless you did or excuse me, it'd have to be a striker fire like the P10C, but just start dropping them in the same situation. Just see if any other gun might do this. We don't know. Nobody's really put it to this kind of test. It's not a normal drop. They've already said that. You know, they drop them on the sides, etc. So, and I'm sure maybe all of them will pass, but I think it would be interesting just to see something like that. You know,
right.
If there's an issue with anything else we don't know about.
Wicked makes a good point about a new test maybe should be conducted based upon these results. And Wicked, although you and I don't always see eye to eye, I totally agree with you. I think probably the military going back and revisiting maybe the last 4 or 5 entrants or whatever, and reevaluating this a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I think they should too, without question. You know, because for one, I mean, you know, now of course what they need to do is they need to test it as it is now. Then let SIG do their fix, and then, you know, run that test also. You know, like in New Hampshire, I believe, where they have, you know, like a hard target on his 320, he has that flip safety. You know, the way I understood it, and I might be incorrect, is that the Army compliant ones were going to have the flip safety. Was that not correct?
I think so.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't even know if, you know, have they tested the flip safety ones to see if they'll do this? I mean, I don't know.
Well, how would it even work if there's a flip safety? I mean, the safety deactivates the trigger. So, right? So how would it go off?
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, you know, flip the safety on to disengage the trigger, but then flip the safety off and then drop it. See if it makes a difference is where I'm going with this. Or is it going to fire, you know, can the trigger still move back a little bit, even though you're not pulling it? You know, like when you flip these safeties on any gun, you know, you can still kind of move the trigger just a tad. Now, it's not going to be enough to engage it, but with a fall, could it engage?
I don't know, man. You know, I think my biggest problem with the whole thing is the fact that SIG put out the release and it said it's a voluntary recall. So my whole thing with that is, if there's a known problem with the gun, why is it only a voluntary recall now? Because that sets them up for quite a bit of liability. Now, on the video I made with the PPQ and the 320, somebody, I can't recall his name, but somebody had left a comment and a link where I guess a police officer now is suing SIG because his gun negligently discharged through no fault of his own. So he's actually taking them to court now. So you know, my thing is, how is SIG gonna say it's a voluntary recall with acknowledging the fact that there's something wrong with the handgun?
Well, you know, and that's kind of like, I kind of related back to cars. Okay. And I don't care what kind of car you drive, anyone out there drives,
you go.
They have 2 versions. One is called a technical service bulletin, a TSB. And what they'll do is, a customer comes in for an oil change, they'll run the VIN number, and if it applies to a TSB, which is not yet a recall, they'll go ahead and say, "Oh, Mr. Customer, we need to reflash your computer," you know, and there's no charge on it. They'll reflash it. Customer goes down the road. He's happy. However, he doesn't know that could have been, that TSB was affecting his computer, saying it shuts off in traffic or in a damn red light, it could shut off, you know, and he could be hit. Okay, they don't come out with all of that. If they can't control it within a technical service bulletin setup, then they're required to issue a recall. And that might be what SIG is going that route, saying, hey, we're going to do this voluntarily stuff right now, and then we'll release it as a recall or whatever if it goes any farther. So I don't know how they're going to handle it, but I guess we're going to see.
I guess they're not going to have a choice.
Yeah, well, and I mean, and also I'm curious, you know, I have the Apex in mind, the older flat, the first generation one. I know you have the newer one. I'm wondering, you know, if they're going to put like the X5 trigger in it, or if it has an apex trigger, because it's, you know, I know if somebody's already done this, they've taken the Sig trigger, you know, that they tested the weight, you know, how many grams it weighs,
right,
and then checked my apex, my older one, and it weighs the trigger weight in grams is less. So they're saying, hey, if you have the apex trigger, it might not be affected. But I haven't seen anybody test that yet. I haven't seen anybody drop one with an apex trigger, so I don't know that. Mateo's in the house. K Wood's in the house. B Borg's in the house. What's your opinion, KS?
Well, I'm waiting with bated breath for Monday to see what they come out with, what the resolution is. I mean, you got to think about it. And Big Jonson, you and I were talking about this, I think maybe yesterday. The P320, among their arsenal of firearms that they have, and they offer a lot. The P320, I think, is really their bread and butter right now.
right.
Even before the military contract, but especially after the military contract, it exploded. I mean, I know there are some of my most popular views on the channel. I mean, people are very interested in the P320, and so they've sold. I mean, who knows how many they've sold. So all these guns are sitting out there in the market, not only around the country, but around the world. So they're going to have a way to efficiently, and I guess efficiently resolve this to a place where people are confident that that if they drop the gun in this one manner, you know, butt first or whatever, that it won't hurt them, kill them, or anyone standing beside them. So I'm very curious. Now, Sig Sauer, generally speaking, is a pretty savvy company, and they have had a history of handling things better than, let's say, Springfield Armory or someone like that. So I'm curious to know what they say and what their problem solving is. Are they going to send us a part, or are they going to want us to send the gun in? I'd like for them to send me a part. I do not want to send my gun in because I won't see it again for 6 months.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah, exactly. And we have to wait for a coupon. But I think, honestly, I think they're going to make everybody send the gun in, because for one, they're going to want to look at, you know, every little thing on each individual gun and assess them separately. You know, that's why I'm going to take it all the way back to stock and then send it in as that, and then see what the hell they do to it. But I don't think it's going to be sending out a part, you know, like, hey, a thread protector or something. I could understand that. But internally, I think for their liability and to make sure it's done correctly, I think they're going to require it to be sent in. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I don't know. At this point, I don't even care, to be honest with you. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, what's done is done. Let them figure it out. Let them fix it, and let's see where it goes. I mean, that's basically all we can do at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, we all have, you know, I could understand if you only had that one gun, you know, because that would suck. You know, if you send it in and you're just waiting and you have no other gun. We're not in that situation, but I could see that somebody out there is going to be put in that situation, and it's really not fair to them. That's why I hope it's a really quick fix and they can turn them fast. You know, I mean, and that's the same with cars. You know, they send out reminders saying, hey, you've got a recall, etc. But they also say, some of them will say, hey, we're going to start with V23 first, and then, you know, they kind of try to take them in order, so it's just not everybody bringing their car in and they're piled up for 6 months.
Right.
Such as the Chevy ignition recall. And I knew people that had those cars, and I was in dealerships at that time with them, and there were like 6 month, 3 month wait, and they were putting you in a rental car, and your car was just parked out back with all the rest of them.
Right.
And they got to it when they got to it. So who knows?
Well, I guess at the end of the day, we're just going to have to have faith that you know, Sig can manage their business better than other people or other companies who will remain anonymous at this point.
And they've been in business forever. I mean, this is just a bump in the road. You know, I think every manufacturer's gone through this. You know, and y'all can all think back. And I actually owned one. You know, when Glock was, you know, you had brass to the face. I mean, that wasn't fun either. You know, and they had the extractor and the spring and all that other stuff. I mean, everybody has gone through something like this. Maybe not to this extent, but, you know,
Right.
I think they're going to jump all over it and get it fixed up for everybody.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. and we'll see if anybody comes out with responses from the other manufacturers. I'm curious. I mean, you know, Glock raised quite a stink after they lost the military contract, so who knows who knows how they may jump on this.
And that's kind of interesting too, you know, because again, who's going to be the clear winner in this? It really does seem like Glock is going to be coming out ahead on this, which is kind of funny and ironic all in the same sense, you know?
Yeah, and you know, we've got a question, or Sean's making a comment. You know, he doesn't feel unsafe carrying his 320 the past few days. You know, when all this was happening, I mean, I've been carrying my 320 forever. You know, hell, I carried it all last week. I mean, I've never dropped. You know, I mean, I'm pretty safe at handling my guns. Now, could you get in a physical altercation and the gun's grabbed from your hand, or you're in a fist fight or something? Yes, but you know, people that just all of a sudden drop guns all the time, you know, they need to kind of check themselves and maybe get a little better gun handling. But I don't feel unsafe carrying it. I mean, I don't personally. I know some people say, hey, I'm putting it up on the shelf until we figure this out. But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, mine's definitely on the shelf for a little while. I just, you know, it's not that I don't feel comfortable with it. I believe in the what if, because if it's never happened before, it doesn't mean it won't happen in the future.
Correct.
Knowing my luck, you know, I'll have it with me and I'll accidentally drop the damn thing, you know, and that would be pretty bad. So I don't want to deal with that, because that would just be, I don't want to get into that kind of position of owning a gun and having to explain why it went off and then losing my license. Because, you know, up here, man, they'll take your license just if you look at people wrong. So
I can imagine that. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of which, I'm actually getting my Glock 19 finally. Yay! My Victory Glock.
What?
Now,
2
depending
months?
on how. What's that?
Was that like 2 months?
7 weeks. It was mailed out yesterday. What is today's date? The 9th.
August
right?
9th. Yeah.
Yeah. So they mailed it out on the 7th, and I still haven't gotten it, even though it's only 45 minutes away. So 7 weeks later, hopefully by the end of the week, I'll have a Vickers Glock.
Jeez.
And then can't wait.
Yeah.
So excited. I just want to show you guys this. This looks pretty badass. This is the Ruger Mini.
Oh, with magnifier?
Yeah, I got the magnifier, my Bushnell on the front.
Yeah.
And this is that Mini Scout Mount 3 from America, whatever the hell they call them. I don't know. But yeah,
cool.
Digging it.
Yeah, I ordered my Scout scope and ordered the rings, and I went and picked up a big old bag of 308 ammo. I've got some cheap crap and some good crap, so I'm gonna be getting that thing ready soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this out to a range, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks, because I actually want to take this little guy out and shoot him again. Finally, I got the Steyr back, and
nice.
I'm actually gonna shoot that with the P10, because they both have those DPM systems in them. So I definitely want to check to see how the recoil is on that Steyr, man, because that Steyr, I don't know why people just don't buy the damn gun. It's a great gun, period.
No, it is. I shot KS's and I really liked it. You know, so I think it's a fine gun.
Hey.
Oh, and also, real quick, we do need to bring up the Abaddon Apparel. Go in and jump on the CZ Mafia for Life shirt, guys. At the end of this month, this shirt will be a collector's item. I have it on, but it's on the back. It will be a collector's item. So that's what I'm going to say. But all proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go to C-Max himself. So please buy the CZ Mafia for Life shirt, and it will be a collector's item. So just throwing that out there.
I second that.
It's a good looking shirt too.
You know, people spend their money on dumb crap. I mean, you know, with how many, you know, everybody who's listening, I'm not trying to, you know, bother anybody with this, but, you know, if you go out there and you buy yourself a nice coffee at Starbucks or whatever, I mean, I don't drink coffee, so I don't know how much that costs now, but I'm guaranteeing you 2 coffees will buy that T-shirt. And instead of going to some big corporate jackhole, it'll go to a guy who's, you know, going through some issues. And, you know, you never know. You pay it forward, man. You never know when it's going to come back to you and hopefully help you in that type of situation. So if you guys can do that, man, please. And yes, wickedgunguy.com. Actually,
also, I've got the putter that I'm donating to C-Max. It is on eBay. The listing is actually in the video. Y'all can go in and check it out. It's the Scotty Cameron zombie powder coated collector putter, and it's already up to like $200 and some odd, but I know it's going to go crazy here in a while because it's getting towards the end of it, so all the bids will start coming in. But 100% of that's going to CMAX. So if you want a great putter and want to help out a great guy, please do so.
I agree.
Crazy Scottman, Starbucks ain't coffee, it's libtard organization. I agree.
See that? Yeah, I agree. Oh, speaking of this is going to be an interesting one. I hope you guys don't mind if I bring this up too. But whenever I have like extra stuff that's, you know, gun related that I can sell legally, I usually sell it on eBay. So you know, I had a Sig 320 before. I actually have two other grip modules. I had an FD one, and then I had one of these I don't know, whatever you want to call that, OD ugly. And so I took the FDE one. It's a medium, it's compact, very hard to find, and I threw it up on eBay because you know, I'm not going to lie, guys. I may price gouge, but to me, it's about supply and demand. That's capitalism 101. So I put it up there for, you know, a pretty good amount of money. And then I got an email from eBay saying that they took my listing off because they consider it an essential piece to putting a gun together. So they removed it. They actually removed my listing. So I called them and I recorded. I was going to make a video on it. And I said, whatever. And then what I wound up doing was I just wound up relisting it. And then I wound up selling it that day. So that's just to be aware of that. And when I questioned them on whether or not, you know, they're going to start removing all gun things off of their website, the woman I spoke to actually said that's their plan. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it does not think. I mean, I expect stuff like that now.
Yep, that's the world, man. That's the world.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so, and what do you got, KS?
Well, I was just going to say, so Arms List or whatever, there are only a few resources left to really find a variety of gun parts, and then you've got to go through outside something like eBay where you can do PayPal and it's more secure. Right. And all that, so it makes it more of a challenge.
Yep. Yeah, it certainly does.
And hell, even Amazon is cutting back. I remember when they used to sell hardcore gun parts, and they're getting kind of, you know, wishy-washy also.
Oh, they're going to lose a lot of money, but you know, probably not enough to make them feel it at all.
No, they want to fall into check with all the snowflakes.
Right.
So you know, I'm definitely digging the Steyr again, guys. I hate to bring it up again, but I'm telling you, I haven't had this gun in probably 3 weeks. It took a little while for it to get Cerakoted, obviously, but I still think this is just a fantastic firearm. I mean, and yes, I'm muzzling myself. There's nothing in it, so you know, those will be our other thumbs down.
Yeah.
We've only got 3, so we're good.
There you go. Hey,
that's about my average.
Right.
You know, I've been asked this a lot, like on my chats when I drive down the road. I guess apparently a couple of times I've missed gun checks. So we'll just do a gun check now. What do you got with you right now? I know you got your Steyr. You've been playing with it.
What do I have?
Yeah, what do you got? Sure.
Well, so I've got a bit of an assortment, but I've been kind of farting around with these guys a little bit. The P10C and the APX actually.
All right.
Just becoming one of my go-to guns right now. It's a great gun.
I've got the Tempo Stock 2, and I'm playing around with it because I'm setting up a gun belt right now. And I know you got your Mini 14.
That's right. The disregarded Mini 14 that supposedly can't shoot straight.
Right. Oh, hey, 17, look. It's a real mag.
You know what? That's fine. This one shoots real bullets. So 10 rounds or 20.
Yeah.
I guarantee you somebody's going to get hurt with at least 10.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. How much does the Steyr cost?
Well, I'll tell you, I've been looking on Gunbroker at the L9s because I think that's eventually going to join my little group here. And the L9s right now are probably around $530, about $530. That's about average for for all of them, actually.
I've seen them for $495 on Grab a Gun and $519 in some gun stores. Even the new green one, really? The lighter green one.
Just Cerakote it. Screw it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it comes that way. I mean, it's a lighter than yours, of course, but
yeah.
Let's see here. KS, you got a question. What Live for Wild's asking what color your P10C is. Yours, that's the FDE, right?
Yeah, it's the FDE. It's probably hard to tell with the lighting in here. I did the black originally because the FDE wasn't here yet, but as soon as the FDE got here, I sold the black one. No reason to have an exact duplicate of another gun, but I like the FDE quite a bit. I think it's a good shade. It's a little bit lighter than any of the other FDEs I've got, but it's a good gun, definitely is. And I think Logan was asking a little while ago if it's kind of a blend between the Glock 19 and the Walther, and I'm assuming he meant the PPQ. I think the P10 does blend a lot of good attributes from some of the other great guns out there, and it's a fantastic gun. Is it the best gun ever? No, it's not. But I think for a first time outing for CZ in the modern striker fired field, it's a good entrant for sure.
Yeah. And the only thing I'll add to that is that I really wouldn't compare how it feels in the hand to a Glock. I think it's a little bit, actually dramatically different feeling in the hand than from the Glock. I've said it before, and I'm actually going to do finally a side-by-side with these, but I really firmly believe that they stole a lot of the design, not stole, borrowed, whatever you want to call it, but I think they took a lot of the design for this gun right from this one here. Just from the hand positions, if I put both in my hand, they feel very, very similar in the hand. Pretty much identical, with the exception the P10 being thinner than the Steyr. Steyer's a big fat puppy, but they feel just about the same in the hand, which is ironic in my opinion.
The Humble's on, and he wants to know. So if you drop the P10, what happens?
Scratches.
Well, go out and get one and try it.
That's right.
I'm not trying it.
Jesus has a question, and he's asking, what is the CZ warranty like? And I personally have never had a problem with the CZ, but I have been told that they have like a 5-year warranty, but I've never had an issue with them. So I, haven't sent one in personally.
Yeah, I've never had any issues with any CZs ever.
Oh.
Hell, I haven't had any issues with anything except for that damn Canic.
Yeah. So, and have y'all gotten any new stuff sent to you or anything to test?
Like sent for free? I actually got contacted, crazy enough today, out of the blue on YouTube by Klinger Holsters. And they're going to be sending me out a holster that they have just come out with. And I did not actually call them. They actually contacted me, which I was shocked. And then you guys know Core Essentials belts, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be making a tactical belt, and they're going to send that to me too within the next couple of weeks.
Damn, I'm not sweating. God damn it. I'm sweating. It's probably just the lighting. I'm not sweating.
You're menopausal.
Gray hair, so I guess the light is making it blue. Sorry.
You forgot to put on makeup before the show.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't have my makeup artist come in. Coda Boys already ripped me on that.
It's one of two things. It's either menopause or you're having withdrawals.
I'm having hot flashes. That's it.
Hot flash. Hot flash.
Okay. I've got the VP9 +5 extensions. I've got a bunch of those that I'm going to be running the crap out of. And the base plates, just the standard base plates that were sent to me. And then I also, Klinger reached out to me, and this is the new holster.
Oh, I hate you, man. That's the one they're sending me. You
yeah,
bastard.
the Comfort Kling, I know, but they did reach out to me. I didn't reach out to them, and they said I've tested one of some of their holsters in the past, and they said, hey, try out this new Comfort Kling. So it fits the shield, 9mm, 45. It fits all the small single stacks, and it's kind of different. It's kind of like a sticky holster, but it's actually thicker. But I just got this in the mail, so we're testing that thing out too. And I've never used a clipless holster, so it's going to be kind of different to try it out. So
Logan White is asking what I showed a rifle. That's the Mini, dude. It's the Mini 14. I know you never think those rifles can look that good. Now, whether or not I can shoot, I don't know yet. I mean, we're going to find out soon enough.
Damn, man, these guys are ripping my ass.
So anyway, so a couple things on my front. The Vetter is sending me their belt to test. I'm very excited about that. I've heard good things, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. And I heard that, and then working with an ammo company now, and that doesn't mean a sponsorship.
Oh man,
oh, here we go.
I'm angry now. Damn it!
Don't lay an egg just yet. However, we've been talking, and they're sending a very, very small sample, not even enough to do one review. But it's exciting to try an ammo company, and they are actually about 2 hours away from me. So I'm going to go visit their shop, which actually is the most exciting part. I mean, you know, if I get some free ammo, that's awesome, and I appreciate that. But I'm excited to just see the place and meet them. They seem like really nice guys, and they're homegrown, which is really good. They're in Kansas, just south of me. So I'm excited about that. We'll see. I've been checking out their ammo, and their ammo really isn't for target and practice. So it's not, from what I've gathered, something like a Freedom Munitions or something like that. I think their specialty is more self-defense, that sort of thing. So it's a little pricier, but apparently, according to them, it's very good. So
hey man, it's free ammo. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. We'll see.
You're definitely making the big time now.
Apparently, they reached out to Coda Boy because Humble sent them that way, and I'm like, what the hell, Humble? Damn.
Humble, ignore him.
$1 per round and a tumbling lightweight projectile.
That's about right.
Yeah, and I guess Do It Right's trying to get on, and he can't get on. I
gotta give him a big shout out because his video helped me pull my Steyr back out and then back together. So he had a great video. If you guys haven't checked his channel, man, check it out. It's got a lot of good information. A lot of it's relevant, and his opinions and my opinion are very good in regards to what he talks about.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah, and also on Abaddon Apparel, Wicked's got a article on there too. Abaddon has a article because Humble Marksman has shirts now too with his logo on it. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, they do.
All right, so yeah, Al is trying to get me and Wicked into a pay-per-view, and apparently he wants to fight me. And, they're saying, and then Wicked came out and said that he would smash my pencil armed. What is it now? What did he say? I just lost it. Oh crap.
It could be an MMA
pencil armed man child, he called me. It's funny,
so one minute he's saying that you're puffing roids, and the next minute you're a man child.
It's all those roids, man. Whew. Man, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, PO7 is a great gun. Sean said, I think he's meaning Do It Right. Did his PO7 video, and it helped me persuade him to buy his PO7. Yeah, it's a great pistol. Let's see here.
Mateo's sticking with his fellow
Mateo's putting his money on Wicked.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're ready to lose your money there, Mateo.
Damn. Gonna be biting and everything involved.
Let's see. Do It Right asked me, he liked my frame color on the Steyr. He said, how do I feel about the S9 only having 10 rounds? Honestly, it doesn't matter to me because that's all I'm allowed to have in New York State. So, you know, I know 10 rounds isn't like a very good number, but the reason why I think Steyr did that was so that they could sell it in other states besides, you know, free states. So for me, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, in a lot of, well, there's a comment right there, 10 is plenty. So
yeah, that's the other thing. You know, everybody gets on this bandwagon that you got to have like 87 rounds in your handgun. I mean, 10 rounds, you know, drop a mag, throw another mag in. How much time does that really take? But I know where this is going to go. People are going to start complaining. Oh, you know, if I have 20 rounds, that's one less, you know, reload I have to do. Well, I don't have that. I have 10, and I'm happy with that.
Yeah, that's what my shield holds.
Yeah, funny. Ha ha ha.
I'm just checking with you. No, and I mean, I agree with that. You know, it's not that hard to change a mag, and you know, if you need more, hopefully you won't ever need more than that. Let's see here. 7+1 on a 239. Oh, Jesus needs 87 round handgun. Yeah.
Yes. Drum magazine.
That's right.
And I mean, I am a big proponent in, you know, if the gun originally comes with, say, 18 rounds, I mean, you shouldn't have to be neutered for that. I mean, you know, you should be a free state, especially someone in New York that has their CHL and they're a good guy. They should be able to carry, more.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they don't look at it from that standpoint. They just look at it at a generality that all guns are bad, people who own guns are evil, and we need to get rid of them.
Yeah, Do It Right. He's saying, yeah, but what do you think for the free states? The size is like a M&P 9C. Yeah, and on my 9C, it comes with 12, of course, but I carry the full size mag in it with the X grip. And then he says he carries a Sky with 10. And that brings up a question. Now, I've personally had the Sky. I don't know if y'all have, but mine didn't work out too well. I shot about 40 or 50 rounds through it consistently, and I actually had the slide come back, and when it went into lockup, it actually bent the top of the slide. I mean, just bent it straight up.
Wow.
And so I got with Sky, out of Florida, and they actually gave me my money back. I mean, I told them I didn't even want the gun, but since they said that they had, and the frame pin was coming out also, and supposedly they've done a bunch of changes. That was a long time ago, so supposedly they've done a bunch of changes on it, and I haven't shot one since.
Yeah.
So, but I have seen Do It Rights, and he's had good luck with his.
Yeah, I mean, even in the size, I mean, it's kind of difficult. I did a video a long time ago, really comparing whether or not having a subcompact in New York State makes any sense, only because you're limited to 10 rounds with whatever you carry, and you can get a single stack, that carries 8. So it's really just about, what do you feel more comfortable carrying? I mean, a double stack subcompact is obviously going to be easier, in my opinion, to control than a single stack, but I don't know. It would be nice if we could just get something to go our way here, but I'll tell you guys, we get a lot of flack, but this state is screwed. I mean, we're totally screwed up here. And now we got Cuomo running for a 3rd term. He wants to run for a 3rd term. And I have to say, man, I'm just kind of over it at this point.
Yeah. I'm just glad we're not in that position. Or situation, I guess you should say.
Well, it's not a fun one, that's for sure. And that one, you got to wait 7 weeks for a handgun.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. This coupon thing is out of control.
Yep.
How is the PPQ? There's a question, and he's asking 1776. How is the PPQ as a carry gun?
It's great. I don't have any issues with it. When I was called a moron from my last comparison video, the person who said that also said that the PPQ is fully cocked striker, which is true, and that's not safe to carry either, which I found that kind of ironic because I've been carrying them for about 4 years, have about 3,000 rounds total of all the PPQs I own. I've never once shot myself in the butt. Never.
Yeah. I carry
anybody else.
I carry my PPQ all the time, and I've never had an issue with it, and it carries fine. I prefer, full-size compact guns, like not the little tiny ones. Single stacks, but I prefer compact or full size guns personally. But of course, everybody's going to differ. Whatever works for them, if they carry it in a Tic Tac box or what, that's neither here nor there. Right, KS?
Right.
Humble Marksman is asking if any of us have shot in the full size cars.
Yes.
Not full size. I've owned several of the PN9, the P380, CM9, a couple of those, and I have a new car on the way. The gun, not the automobile. So I'm excited about that. It's the S9, and looking to see what kind of improvements they've made upon that. I found them to be, from a size standpoint, fantastic guns because you can conceal them all day long, but they can be a little finicky to shoot, and they can be kind of a pain in the ass to take care of. And the polymer, the frames were not always well manufactured. There were a lot of loose ends, a lot of things you had to kind of file down. So their manufacturing process is not fantastic. However, at the end of the day, they make guns that do shoot. And there are some people that really rave about their triggers. I don't know that I would have agreed 5 years ago, but my opinion may be totally different now.
Right.
And
I don't have any experience with the cars at all. I'll tell you, to kind of sidestep, I've been looking at 1911s lately, and I don't know why. I'm trying to not do anything with that because I'm not a fan of them. I don't like the way they feel in my hand, but they are pretty. But I'll tell you, I was looking at some oddball ones. Magnum Research I was looking at. They make a pretty decent looking 1911. I don't know how they shoot, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, if you know, and I've shot car before. I shot the car full size 45, and it had the polymer frame. And then I owned the CM9. And when I got it, you know, it was kind of the rage back when. But I tell you what, the slide and the spring, or excuse me, the spring and the slide is really tight. And the trigger was okay. And I know they have a better version than the CM9. But you know, and that little booger was expensive too. It wasn't cheap. But I wasn't a huge fan of the trigger. Not that it's a bad gun. I just personally wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah,
I agree on the sentiments there, guys.
Yeah.
1911s are badass. You know, Dan Wesson, Les Baer. I mean, I've owned both of those, and I mean they're great guns, and they are expensive. But you know, when
I don't have them.
You know, it's kind of like you know, when I look at these type of guns, you know, this is very similar to a 1911. You know, it's got the flip safety, and you can carry it. Now this one, you can carry it cocked and locked. You know, you can pull it back, put the safety on. These are kind of a passion now versus, you know, the pretty little guns that nobody wants to carry, or if they carry it, it's more of a safe queen. You know, I've been there, done that, got a hat and a t-shirt. So, but I mean, I still think they're great guns, you know, and they have phenomenal triggers in most of them.
Yeah. Hey, we had a question a while back, and it was actually from Captain Phil. Hopefully he's still on. He was asking about weapon lights, and he was asking about the TLR-1 and what you guys think about that. And I had mentioned to him that I prefer the TLR-3. It's a little bit more compact, and it is less expensive, which is nice. I mean, you can find these for $70 on Amazon, which is great. But I'm trying out the Surefire XC1 on this, and it's a nice light. But God, it's freaking expensive. And for the money, I just sneak preview. I don't think I can recommend this, but it'll definitely be tested, and I'll have a review coming out on it before too long. I contacted them to see if they would send me one, and never did hear back. So I just went ahead and got one because I was really curious. But it's an all right light. It certainly looks cool on the gun, but man, these things are stupid expensive.
Yeah, I'm a big personal fan of the TRL1s, and I have a couple of them, and I've done videos on them before. And I've got the high lumen, and then I've got the regular one. And the high lumen is freaking bright. I mean, that thing is the brightest light I've ever popped off, especially inside of a house, man. It'll light up your whole damn house. But the reason I like them, you know, you can run them on compacts or full-size guns, but they stick out farther. And, you know, I know like the one you just showed does also. But, you know, I don't want my pistol, if I have to stick it in somebody's gut, I don't want it to be bound up in battery or, you know, pop out. I mean, I want it to be able to shoot. So that's why I like a little bit longer light personally. Yeah. That's just my opinion. You know, other people might not like that, but I don't like them where they're way under the gun. Personally, the setup you have is really nice there, and that would work great. But I prefer the longer light personally.
I have a TLR3 like KS does. I have no issues with it. It's very, very bright. Literally can light my entire street, which it's not a private road, but it's one of those whatever cul-de-sac things.
Yeah.
So it's very bright. It's affordable, which I think is a plus. But honestly, if it's somebody in my house, I'm only going to leave my flashlight on for maybe a second. Then I'm turning on the damn lights.
Yeah.
I'm just turning on the lights. Everybody's like, oh, I got to have a tactical battle light. No, you have a tactical light switch. Turn it on.
Well, I mean, you know, some people are saying if they were to, prior to breaking in your house, they were to cut the lights or, you know, do something like that. I mean, most of your stupid meth heads aren't going to do that. But that's going to be somebody's argument is, what if they cut your lights and disabled your alarm? What would you do? You know, I mean,
I would know my house better than they would, and hopefully surprise them.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Who knows your house better than you?
If somebody's going to be cutting my lights and disabling my alarm, they must know I got something really expensive here.
Yeah.
Right.
Too bad they're going to be shocked because I don't.
The 1776 crown jewels.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they ain't worth anything. Trust me.
Let's see here. Humble says he has 0 weapon lights. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, some people like them. So, I mean, I like them. I think they're nice. But as far as carrying them all the time, you know, I've got some holsters set up for them, but I don't carry them all the time. I mean, you know, hopefully I'm not, you know, digging around or beside dumpsters in a dark alley somewhere, hopefully.
Wicked's got a good point. You know, you do that transition from dark to light, 1,000 lumens, accidentally you hit yourself in the face with it. Now you're just a victim.
Yeah,
Right.
well, also that even brings up the point, like, what if you have to fire your pistol in your home without hearing protection? Your ears are going to be ringing for weeks. You know, that's why suppressors, I feel, are so important, you know, for the Hearing Protection Act, to just use in your home. It's not necessarily going to be wagging them around. Hey, KS, real quick, can you put the Abaddon's website in the link? We've got some people asking about the shirts.
Sure.
Yeah, Captain Phil is saying they're going to break in to steal my Canic slide and my 17 or my PPQ frame.
Yeah,
I saw that in Coda Boy's video. I almost took a dump right there when I saw that. I was like, how dare he mix those two together? That was shameful. Shameful, Coda Boy. Go watch.
yeah. Yeah, there's your link, Abaddon Apparel. So
And I'm adding it to the video right now. I hope I don't lose us by doing this, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm sure you won't.
definitely, you know, buy those shirts, guys. I mean, it's not even our channel shirts. It's going right over to him. Again, can't stress it enough, man. You know, it's not like we're asking you to supply us with cash for our hobbies. Oops.
KS, Anthony Saylor, he says he goes to Centerfire Range all the time. It's strange he hasn't ran into you.
Anthony, hit me up, man. Just ask for me over there. I'm sure we can shoot together, brother. That'd be fun.
He just outed you. All your video is somebody else shooting.
You're not the first person to out me on things, so it's all good. But no, seriously, let them know, and they'll get us in touch. We'll do it.
I'll tell you what. When I went down and shot with KS, man, Centerfire guys are awesome. I mean, they treated us like kings. It's really a great place.
Yeah, they're cool guys there. Shot with a guy a couple of weeks ago. Really neat guys. A member there, doesn't live entirely too far away from me, and we've become good buddies. And so it's a neat place. So just let me know.
There you go. SoCal says now the wife has a pink CZ Mafia for Life shirt. That's awesome.
Nice.
If you haven't heard, buy up those CZ Mafia for Life shirts, because those are going to be collector's items if you get the hint. So buy them up.
Hey, there's the advertisement. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm wearing mine, so I mean, you know.
Yeah, but shut up. You can actually see the thing on mine.
Yep.
There you go.
Looks good, man.
There you go.
I saw Rich in one of his videos. He was wearing that bright green with it. So good for Rich.
Yeah, he was pimping. Let's see here. I'm buying green anyway when I get my gun license. Logan is. Oh, Trees is in the house. Trees are blowing.
What's up, Trees blowing?
Appreciate him. He's loading me up 3,000 rounds of 9mm, shipping them to me. That's what he said.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what Rich has been saying to me for about 2 months, and I have yet to get one bullet. Although he really didn't say that. I've been pretty much begging him to hook me up with some Rich ammo, but he won't do it. But I will tell you, I've been doing this. Oh, my bald head. Every time I go to the range now, instead of just letting that brass sit, I'm taking it home.
Yeah,
nice.
That's what I do. I bag it up.
So you can have a big bucket of brass that you won't do anything with?
Exactly. I'm going to sell it on the black market.
Oh,
there you go. Well, hey, I might be buying a machine soon that matches the color of your mic.
You're not getting my ammo or my stuff.
No, I know. I have my own, dude.
Are you going to start making sex dolls?
No. No 17's talking into one right now. But
are you getting a mic?
No. Gonna get me some the Kool-Aid machine. Dylan.
Sweet.
Think I'm gonna do it. But I'll have to reach out to
what's gonna happen. You're gonna buy the damn thing and it's gonna sit there.
Do what?
I said, you're going to buy it, and it's just going to sit there. You're not going to do anything with it.
No, I just said I'm going to have to reach out to Coda Boy, Pops, Live for Wild, Humble Marksman, all those guys, and get me in check on how to make ammo. Because honestly, I know absolutely nothing about reloading ammo.
Me neither. That's what makes it fun. So I think that's what I'm asking for my my 43rd birthday this year. Jesus.
Damn.
Ugh.
You're old.
No,
No, he's not old. Remember, I have blue hair. I'm old.
I don't have any hair.
Well, that's true. I'm coming up for a haircut. I'll donate you some, put it in a bag, and ship it your way.
Oh, God, don't do that.
That'll look weird. Budget price brass.
Budget priced brass. No idea.
Like just brass only, or actual like ammunition brass?
It's probably meaning ammunition brass.
15
well,
bucks?
I mean, I'm assuming. I don't know. Tread is saying get the 550C. I'm probably going to get the 650. That's what I've been told by Pops and all the guys and Coda Boy. Oh, brass cased ammo. Heck, I find it on. I mean, if you're talking about 50 round boxes, I mean, I find it all the time for like $9.88 and stuff like that. So. Yeah, Humble says the 650 is the one to get.
No, Jesus is asking, how's the act going? That's a good question. I haven't heard anything about it in the last week or so. You guys know anything?
How's the what?
The hush act, basically.
Oh, I think that's the last of his priorities right now. I have not heard anything on it.
Damn it.
Yeah, we need it though. We definitely need it. Yeah, well, Tread, I'm sure I'll be making a lot of mistakes on the 650. So
you'll have to film it all. Film your adventures.
Oh man, you don't want to film my potty mouth when I'm screwing that stuff up.
Oh, those will be the best videos. So we're getting towards the end of the run here. So anybody out there have any last minute questions at all?
Big Jonson, or I don't have any questions.
Talking about the people in the chat.
I know that. What's the meaning of life?
Logan is saying, what the hell is the Shush Act? It's for suppressors, saying that they're actually not a firearm and really they shouldn't be registered, which I agree with. But, it suppresses the sound, so you can put it on your nightstand gun, and if you had to shoot, it's not going to make you go deaf.
Kaywood is asking if there are sweatshirts in the C-Max deal. That would be something that Abaddon Apparel could answer.
Yes, they are. Any piece of apparel with CZ Mafia for life, whether it's a hoodie, sweatshirt, anything, it is in the C-Max deal. Yes.
Jesus, you're asking me how I got into guns. My grandmother gave me a silver 6-shooter cap gun, one of those old the lined paper cap things that kind of wheel out. When I was 6 years old, strapped it to my hip, and I've been into guns ever since. Started shooting 22s around 8 or 9 with my grandfather, and in his backyard in the middle of the Kansas City suburb. That was probably not a good idea looking back on it, but it was the early 80s. Who knew? And then just kept going from there. So I've been into guns, much to the chagrin of my parents for a long time. They like guns, okay, but they would have liked me to have probably gotten into other hobbies. But but that's what I've done. So there you go.
You could have turned to drugs.
I could have turned to drugs. I turned to ammo. It's like a drug.
What about you, 17?
What got me into guns?
Yep.
I went one day shooting with a couple of buddies of mine up here when I moved back, and shot a Glock, shot a couple of rifles, and I got hooked after that. And that was geez, that's going like 12 years ago almost.
I started, they're making a joke about it, or Mateo is, but I actually did start with a Red Ryder BB gun when I was about 4 or 5, and started shooting 22s when I was about 6, shooting turtles in my grandfather's pond. And then it just became craziness after that. So I've been eat up with them. But I definitely started with rifles. Then I went to 1911s when I was about probably 12 or 11 or 12. I started shooting his 1911s. And he's old school. his 1911s on the rear safety, they were all pinned. He had them drilled and pinned, so it was the old school stuff. And it's kind of been from that.
Cool deal.
Oh, Coda Boy's out of bourbon. What does he do?
Get another round of bourbon.
I can come to Texas. I have some. Let's see here. Hit the Everclear. Whew. Trash can punch, man. That's bad stuff.
It's good to start fires. That's about it.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people are talking about with the 380. You know, and I've heard this on other chats, and the Humble's bringing it up. He hates to get the 380 mixed in with his 9mm because it throws everything off. And I've heard the same things, but I don't shoot 380 anymore. So,
see you, Pops.
Later, Pops.
Later, Pops.
Keenan, so Keenan, we did address your question early on in the show about the P320. So we'll definitely catch up on that for sure. And we'll try and, I don't know, I mean, I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the weeks to come based upon their response on Monday. You know, who knows, we might do some videos at some point in time, but I think we're kind of sitting back and waiting to see what Sig does first before we do anything else.
Yeah, we don't want to start all that crazy rumor stuff and making, you know, I'm not going to be making videos about mine. I just want to find out what they're going to do and go from there.
Yeah, I just want to see what the answer is. Just tell us what's wrong with it. Tell us how you're going to fix it, and then go from there.
The Humble's asking, what's the favorite meme that he sent you and me?
All right, hang on. I got to get that one out. Humble did send some really funny memes about the P320, and one of them in particular, hang on just a second, was absolutely fantastic. Hang on here. Hang on. Let's see. We're almost there. Let's see. Oh, shit. Which one was it? There's one, and you kind of have to think about this one, but it's guns don't kill people, people kill people. And down below it says Sig is saying, hold my beer. Basically, they're saying, hang on, give us just a second. So I thought that was pretty funny. But that's kind of a thinking man's meme, but I enjoyed that.
Oh, yeah. Well, gentlemen, I think it's, well, we still got a couple of minutes. Yeah, you know, on the 380, you know, some people were bringing up points on the 380, you know, the 380 hollow point. Hell, I'd just rather shoot a full metal jacket 380. I think you're going to get great penetration out of that, especially if somebody's wearing thick clothing or coats or anything like that in the winter.
You know what? I would shoot either one. I based upon any ballistics test that I've seen of modern 380 ammo, it does enough to get the job done in a self-defense situation. You know, you're getting jacked at a gas station or whatever. It's better than not having a gun. I think
no, it is. I'm just saying, rather than buying, you know, defensive ammo for a 380, you know, for the penetration, I would just go with the full metal jacket, you know, on a 380. When I carried my 380, I carried a lot of full metal jacket during, especially wintertime with thicker clothing.
Hey, Glockster, hit me up sometime since you kind of toggle between Missouri and Kansas. Let me know. Maybe we'll get together and shoot sometime.
Yeah. I was gonna say I'll be heading your way probably next month for sure. Also.
Oh, hide the booze.
No. We need that.
Yeah, right. Well, it's about time to start wrapping things up, gentlemen, and save some of this good stuff for next time. So you guys go ahead.
We do have a question. It says, for real quick, do any of you have any CCW insurance? And I don't know if y'all do, but I actually do. I have firearms legal protection. So, and I've had no issues with it. They offer some stuff that other places don't. They've got cleanup insurance. Also, if your gun's taken away, they'll pay you $1,000, you know, if it's gone longer than I think 6 months. Bail insurance, all that stuff's included. So that's what I use, is firearms legal protection.
I don't have anything.
So, no, I don't either.
But, yo, 17, you got any closing stuff you want to say?
Not really. I mean, basically, getting my Glock, getting another pistol, and getting another pistol after that, and after that, and probably after that. For me, it's it's a long winding road now to get guns. So it's an unfortunate reality of what's going on up here. But I have 2 pistols on the way. There's one that I'm looking at right now that I'll probably wind up picking up, and I think that's going to be it for a while, because if you put the math together, it's going to be like another 4 months before all those pistols come together. But we'll see how it plays out. I mean, that's about it. I'm going to do some other things, just kind of doing side-by-sides of handguns so I can get called a moron again. And then I'm going to be shooting the P10 versus the Steyr. Can't wait. That's going to be a pretty good shooting session, hopefully. And at some point find a range where I can actually shoot a bigger caliber than a 22 out of a rifle.
Yeah. What about you, KS?
Well, as always, thank each and every one of you for hanging out with us. I know some of you are joining late. I'm sorry we missed you. We will definitely catch you the next time, but we appreciate all of you. And this just gets more fun as the weeks go on. I mean, it gets better and better, and we wouldn't be able to do it without any of you guys. So it's awesome. Don't forget the CZ Mafia for Life shirt for C-Max, please. That I couldn't ask for anything else from anyone, but that's such a good cause. He's a great guy, and we appreciate that. Some new guns on the way, some new videos on the way, so looking forward to it. And once again, thanks, and see you later.
Yep. I've got some testing stuff coming up, race belts, some other stuff, and we appreciate y'all so much for being on here. I mean, that's big deal to have y'all spend an hour with us, and also just keep up with our videos and likes and things like that. And yeah, somebody brought up that we already have 3 dislikes on this chat. I don't know why the hell, but you're always going to have haters.
It is what it is, man. Let them hate.
Yeah. I have secret admirers. I don't like to brag about it. I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah.
You guys mind if I just say one last thing? Actually, 2 last things. Just to reiterate what everybody said, thanks guys for making this an interesting Wednesday night for everybody. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. I mean, it's kind of an interesting thing to listen to 3 guys just kind of talk and have all you guys in it with us. Also, don't forget Abaddon Apparel, guys. Please buy some stuff for C-Max. It's going for a good cause. And last but not least, if you don't mind, somebody please join my podcast, since it's only KSGunGuy and Big Daddy. 2 guys, that's it. 2 people. Come on, I've got a soothing voice, and you'll be asleep within 5 minutes. Trust me.
And just think, he's talking into that big blue thing also, right. So you can just imagine that when he's doing it.
I'm trying to pay off this mic, man. Come on.
Yeah. No, but we appreciate y'all so much. Thank you very much. And remember, carry on always.
All right, guys, be safe and shoot straight.
See you guys.
Thanks.
Later.